Hi there YouTube, this is Disco Biscuit here, bringing you another deck profile. I thought I'd bring you my Evilswarm deck. Hope you guys like it. Taken it to my locals last week, came second. The whole reason being is because I made a dumb mistake and ended up costing me the duel. But here we go, starting off with a monster lineup. Play the one Rescue Rabbit. Everybody knows why. Get rid of him, get your two monsters, get your instant Ophion. And the cards you use with you, Rabbit, the 3 Heliotrope. Love him. Such a big beat stick. Sometimes I just attack with him then go into Ophion, just because he can get you such cards like Thunder King or Bear. He's probably the strongest beaters of the meta. And then play the 3 Kerry Keaton. Love him. Zombie for Evilswarms. And probably my favourite card of the deck, Evilswarm Caster. The reason he's my favourite is because his effect, a condition he's summon. As long as he doesn't get Solemn, then pretty much you're getting that Xyz. And another card that you've got to play 3 off is the Mandragora. Got to play 3 of him because your Evilswarm count's so low. Got to have 3 just to get more of your plays off. Again, folk will be like, what the fuck is he fucking playing that card for? But I did swap a third Thunderbird for Obelisk. Reason being, those monsters that can't be destroyed by battle or they're protected, and I just slam him into them. And negates their effect, even when they're in the graveyard, so that really stops your opponent's plays. Again, you can take life points. I never really play them face down. I just bring about just for those really dickhead monsters that your opponent doesn't expect. He always expects to either have 2 or 3 of him. So it's a good change up. The one-offs. Play one Thunder King. Play him. The only reason I play him is because of the first draw. You're not getting that extra card, so if you are going first, at least you're able to play him. If you're not able to get your Xyz out, and he really can stall your opponents. I really like that card. And Kage to Kage, just because it gives you that extra normal summon. Say if you play him, you can bring him out, and then again so many just different choices, a bit of variety. And finally the 2 effect Veiler, just because I just believe he's such. I would always build a card around him and at least 1 soul charge, just because I think they're just dynamite. And going on to the spells, got to have the 3 Pandemic, just because I love Searchable Lance, so got to have the 3. Then everybody sees it, probably every deck I play soul charge, just because it's broken, and I'm always afraid that I might get on the banned list anytime soon, so just play with it as much as I can. And the next card, Dark Hole. I see some people no playing it because they're like, oh, I want to keep my Ophion, or I want to keep my monsters out. And I'm like, but Ophion's searches for his own land, so why would you not play that, or Torrential? I don't play Torrential in this just because I ran out of trap card space. I play the 2 MST just for the back row. I usually do play the 2 Rota, but I just changed that for Kaiser Colosseum just because I'd rather have an Ophion out with better protection just for your opponent trying to get his plays off. If you can only get the 1 monster out, then it keeps you the field advantage, and plus they've got to waste a resource to get around it. And finally I play the 1 Dress. Just because you have the 3 Lance, it's just a bit different so I thought of putting in the Dress. And here goes into my trap cards. Play the 2 Safe Zone. Love him, especially Master Key Beetle. Giving it the lock just keeps this deck really up there with the big boys, and it's good just to play it. Play the 2 Fiendish. Love that. And play the 2 Xyz Reflect. Love this card. You've probably seen it in other builds as well. As long as you have an Xyz monster out, it's totally unaffected by spell trap and monster effects. And plus it's a counter trap, and you do 800 damage to your opponent, so it's a win-win. You've got to play the 1 Infestation. Don't recommend any more than 1, but I certainly wouldn't play a deck without it. Such a boss card. Reason being is because it's searchable. And then all the one-offs is Solemn, Bottomless, Trapstun, and Dimensional. Just because I had space, there is so much more variety you can do. But that's it. And just going into the extra deck. Play the one Ouroboros just because I love Ouroboros, and I would take it out for an Exciton, but like I said in the last one, just $50 just is fucking, it's like fuck you Konami, no playing that, shove up your ass. But I think he's dynamite. Play the 303 The boss of the deck, go have at least two. Just have the third just because he has the big beater, and if you've got Evilswarms you might as well play him. I play the 2 Bahamut. The only reason I play 2 is I just didn't want to play less than him. It's just because I love Bahamut, because I love Final Fantasy 7, and since I knew there was a deck coming out with Bahamuts, that's what made me play Evilswarm, and especially Ouroboros because I like Resident Evil 6. And for our final Evilswarm monsters, Steel Swarm Roach, Evilswarm Nightmare and Thanatos. I know that's a Steel Swarm, but it's still protected by the Lance and the Pandemics, and he does protect you from the special summon. Well, he negates the special summon, and really think he's an underrated card, love him. Especially these two. It's always nice if something happens to him, if your monster does have a nasty effect monster out, at least you can bring him out, protect himself, just try and get around that. And now for the non-Evilswarm monsters, everybody plays at least one Master Key Beetle to give you that Master Key Beetle lock, and plus he gives you so much variety. He's just what he did for the deck since he got released in Justice of the Light, Judgment of the Light. He's just fucking dynamite. And my favourite XC is Silent Honor Arc. Didn't have to go into maybe much explanation about him. Love Black Ship because he sends it to the graveyard, he destroys it, does the damage. Ken, he's just awesome now. And that guy got a cowboy for the burn. And play the one Maystroke. Play him instead of having the second Honor Arc. If I did have a second arc, then I would certainly play it with him. And play the one Gem Knight. Probably replace this for the second arc actually because I love Maystroke. Just that extra protection goes all the way. And that's it, guys. Cheers for watching, and hopefully get you another deck profile up soon. Just waiting for my Duelist Alliance box to come and get that deck opening done. But cheers, guys. Thanks, and peace.